Good day, students. Welcome to math.serve.com. In this clip, we're going to be going over problems 184 to 188 of the algebra section of the Cahsee practice exams. All right, let's take a look at question 184. It says, which of the following is equivalent to 4 times the quantity x plus 5 minus 3 times the quantity x plus 2 equals 14? Now, this problem is assessing your proficiency in applying the distributive property. Okay, so one tool that can help you make good use of the distributive property is using arrows. Okay, so just put the arrows on what you're distributing. The number on the outside gets distributed to every term in the parentheses. Okay, so this arrow ensures that you do not forget to distribute the number to a particular term inside. Now in this second part right here, what we're distributing is the entire number with the sign. Okay, so the 3 and the minus, -3 gets distributed to x, and also -3 gets distributed to 2. One mistake most students make is they forget to distribute the negative, and then that results in a wrong sign. So be careful with that, okay? Now if you distribute the 4, you have 4x plus 20. -3 times x is minus 3x. -3 times positive 2. Minus times positive is negative, okay? -6 equals 14. Now, had it been we forgot to distribute this minus to this plus and we have a plus here, we'll end up with option, let's see if we have that distractor. Oh, we don't have that distractor there. Anyway, so let's see what the correct answer is. We're not asked to solve, we just want to see what is the next equivalent statement after distributing. So this is equal to option A, yeah, 4x plus 2. Oh, yes, option A is your answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next problem. All right, now we are asked to find the equivalent statement to this inequality here. So one thing you want to remember is when you're solving inequalities, it's very similar to solving equations, all right? The only difference is when you divide or multiply by negative, which results in the switch or reversal of the orientation of your inequality symbol, okay? All right, so let's look at the options here. X is not solved for completely. If we collect all the x's on one side and all the numbers on the other side, we should be able to determine the correct answer, okay? So what do we do first to simplify? You look at the right side, we have the parentheses there, so we can distribute the 4 to the 2 terms in the parentheses. That yields 9 minus 3x is greater than 8x minus 4. Now, let's have all the x's on the right and all the numbers on the left, okay? So this minus 3x, I need it on the right side, so I add 3x to both sides. And then I need this -4 on the left, so I do the opposite operation, add 4 to both sides. Now you might wonder, why do I want my x's on the right? Well, 3 options here have the x's on the right. So I'm hoping that I end up with one of these options. If not, we'll reverse the orientation of the equality and see if we have D as our answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and combine downwards. And that's going to yield 9 plus 4 is 13. This adds up to 0, so we have 13 is greater than 8 plus 3 plus 11. 11x, those two add up to 0. The correct answer for number 185 is option letter B. All right, let's take a look at problem 186. Now, what kind of equation is this? This is a rational equation. When you have a variable in the denominator, you have a rational equation here. So we're not solving it completely. We have to find which statement is equivalent to this after eliminating the denominator. So the question is, how do we eliminate the denominator in this rational equation? We are going to cross multiply, okay? When you cross multiply, what happens is that you take the denominator on the left and you multiply by the numerator on the right, and then the denominator on the right multiplied by the numerator on the left. So that's what cross multiplication is. If we apply that algorithm, we'll have 20 times x minus 5 equals 4x. Let's freeze for a second. Do we have a match? We absolutely do. The answer to number 186 is option letter B. All right, let's take a look at 187. It says, which of the following is equivalent to 1 minus 2x is greater than 3 times x minus 2? Okay, so let's see here. If you look at all the options that we have, nothing has been done to the left side, or something has been done to the right side. And what is that? The parentheses has been resolved. How do we get rid of the parentheses on the right side? By applying the distributive property. So we distribute 3 to both terms in the parentheses. So don't forget to put the arrows. It helps you avoid forgetting to distribute to every term in the parentheses. Okay? So on the left side, it remains unchanged. 1 minus 2x. That's greater than 3 times x is 3x. Minus 3 times 2 is 6. So which answer do we have? The answer is option letter C. All right, let's take a look at problem 188, the last problem in this installment. It says, which equation is equivalent to x plus 3 over 8 equals 2x minus 1 over 5. Now, is this a rational equation? The answer is no. Why not? We do not have variables in the denominator. Okay, so this is not a rational equation. But the algorithm or procedure that we applied to the previous rational equation is applicable here. Do you remember what that procedure that we used before is? It's cross multiplication. Okay, that's the quickest way to get rid of a statement that two fractions are the same or a proportion. Okay, so what we're gonna do is cross multiply. The denominator on the left gets multiplied by the numerator on the right. The denominator on the right gets multiplied by the numerator on the left. Now, to ensure that you do not want to make mistakes, anytime you're multiplying a binomial by a monomial, you want to use the parentheses. Okay? Parentheses is for your protection. So you have 8 times parentheses 2x minus 1. Now, why do you use parentheses? It helps you ensure that you accurately apply the distributive property. Okay? So you write it in this state. Now, to proceed, you notice that the options here do not have parentheses, so we have to resolve the parentheses on both sides of our equation. So we'll distribute 5 to x and 3, distribute 8 to 2x and negative 1, and our final answer will be 5x plus 15 equals 16x minus 8. All right, so what is our answer? Answer is option letter B. All right, so that's that. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions about the Cahsee or any math concepts, feel free to include it in the comments section below, and we'll be glad to address your concerns as soon as possible. Feel free to subscribe to our channel for updates to other cool tutorials such as this, and we're going to be updating our Cahsee review tutorials. So if you want to get instant updates to our videos, feel free to subscribe right here. More tutorials can be found on math.serve.com. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day.